There she is. Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's Sunday, June 9th, 2024, and we got a little cool front coming through. It cooled off to about 80 degrees and a little breeze out of the north. Man, it really feels good. So I got my jacket on because I got a few headhunters after me, as you can see. And I was down here. I did something I thought was pretty cool, but it turned out to not be so cool. I bought some number tags to put on the bottoms of my hives so I could see which number they were. They don't have the contrast to really see the number. It's kind of a see-through thing, like a stencil or something, and they're small stainless steel. They're meant for a keychain, to number your keychains, but I thought I'd be able to see them, but there's just not enough contrast. So I'll show you some of those. So this video today, we're going to be following up on our queens that we installed. So we got the sticky queen that wasn't doing well, and the two others that were in the cage. We need to check those. And if we have time, we'll get down to the water meter cutout, the little 5-frame, and see how they're doing. I gave them a half a quart of nectar or sugar water so see if they can start building out some of that comb in there and get going better. And they do need a frame of brood. I should just do that, but we'll get in there and see how they're doing. So let's get started. We'll start here on number 4 and just make sure that queen's released okay. And you see my little tags down there. Number 4. But you got to be standing right in front of the hive because there's just not that much contrast to read those. I got the idea from Jason Chrisman. He used cow tags. And I actually looked up cow tags, and these popped up, and I thought, well, those are nicer, and they're stainless steel and they'll last longer, and I don't have to write on them. But Jason Chrisman can probably read his. That's the difference from afar. All right, let's get in here. So I'm not going to search for this queen. I'm just going to make sure she's been released and she's out of her little cage. I've seen a hive beetle on top of here. Do the beetle smash. Bam. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about they've got hive beetles, and saw one person say hive beetles ran my bees out. And they probably did, but they wouldn't have ran your bees out if your hive was strong. So unless you've got like a really serious bad infestation, the bees can take care of the hive beetles most of the time. I used to run beetle traps, and I don't know if they really made a difference. But I will put beetle traps in like a weak hive, like that water meter nuke, if I start seeing beetles in there, because they will get overrun. So yeah, if your bees are all out on front of your hive and it's full of hive beetles, it's probably not very strong to begin with. Well, I see a bee in that cage. Wonder if I can get to it without pulling out all these frames. So it's right here. I'm gonna smoke these bees away from it and see what it looks like. Looks like we squished a bee when we put it in there. So it's empty and the plug's completely gone. So you can see it, and right there's where they ate through. All right, so we'll check back on this in, I don't know when I get time, a couple weeks probably, and just make sure she's in there and starting to lay. So now that they have a mated queen in there, hopefully they're preparing places for her to lay and not just filling it all up with nectar and making it go honey bound. So I saw 2 small hive beetles. One met my hive tool and the other met my thumb. So 2 out of that's not bad at all. There's probably more in there though. Let's get over here to hive 10, the sticky queen, and see if she survived. So we went ahead and released her because she needed to get cleaned up, and verified this was queenless and they weren't attacking her cage. So I just went ahead and released her right on in there. And I think she's going to be okay. If they can get her cleaned up, get that sticky stuff off. What I think happened was the candy melted. It got hot, and it's kind of got a oily base to it with sugar, and it just turned to liquid and got on those bees in that one cage, and they were just coated with it. So she's got a blue dot. They still got liquid out here, so they don't need fed at the moment. Liquid and bee bread right here. And there she is. And her wings are free and she looks great. There she is. Yeah, her wings were just stuck to her back. She was all dark colored because she was just covered with that sticky, nasty stuff. And as soon as she got out of the cage, they immediately went to her and started cleaning on her. When I saw that, I thought, she's probably going to be okay. And they were just kind of wadded up in there, stuck to the bottom of their little cage. And they couldn't hardly move, I don't think, because they were stuck. So, not sure what I'll do with them. If I'm going to move them into a 10 frame or not. They could use a brood boost as well to get them going. All right, let's go around the corner to, I think it's 20. Man, it's nice out. It should be like this, like when I'm gonna harvest honey in July. Nope, it's not 20, it's 21, it's 23. See, I was still counting them instead of looking at the tags because I can't see them. 23 with the brick. All right, we're going to have to get the stand. So again, I'm not going to take the lid off this super. Just going to lift it out of the way. If I can get it to break loose there. I'd say that super's about 2/3 full. I don't see a queen cage. What in the world? Maybe it fell. Maybe I'm in the wrong hive. I got to go look at my notes now. This is freaking me out. Oh, I remember I put it up towards the middle. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's a little more space up here. There it is, right there. There's a bee in there, but I don't think it's our queen. Nope, it's empty. Except that one. That's not a queen. Just a worker bee. So she's out. Get these tightened back up. I didn't see any hive beetles in this one. When they're out in more direct sunlight, they tend to not get as many beetles. Okay, let's go check on the water meter queen. Yeah, so I sold 2 nukes last night. And right here was one. It was actually a 10 frame that I had expanded a nuke into a 10 frame. Man, it was strong. And this hive right here is the evil queen from western Oklahoma. So before we started messing with it, I shut that flap on that apame and locked them in there so they wouldn't come out attacking us. That actually worked pretty good, except we were getting hit from other hives. And this box right here is where the other nuke was sitting, so I just put that box right there for safekeeping. Here's our water meter queen, and it is number 38 out of 40. There's the two evil hives. They've actually chilled out a lot. I think a lot of the bees buzzing me are just bees from other hives, other guard bees. So it's got a top box on it because I have a entrance feeder up there in the top, and I gave it a half a quart of 50/50 with some Hive Alive in it, and they have taken it all. So yeah, I just got an entrance feeder, set it up here, and that works really good. Don't have to worry about robbing that way. And the rubber bands are blowing out. They I don't know if they're old or what, but they just won't. And the bees will chew them up too, but it takes a while. I think they're just cheap, bad old rubber bands. So I have to be really careful with that comb. And we got liquid all stored right here. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of liquid in there. So they don't need any feed. The reason I'm feeding is stimulating them to draw out some comb, and looks like we've got a problem with this comb. It's falling over because it got hot and that rubber band broke. I'm gonna have to go get some rubber bands and fix this. So that's stuck to this one. All right, be right back. Show you what I'm talking about here. You can see in there that comb is laid over onto the one to the right of it. See how the rubber bands are broke? So that needs to get moved back to the left and straighten that, move that there, needs to get off of there. And that's brood comb too, and that's where the queen's been before. Well, my camera shut off. I don't know how long it was off. I was going to show putting new rubber bands on this. I know my queen's laying because you can see some larvae in there, and there's some right in there. I still haven't seen her. So this frame was just like that other. I had to repair it. And looks like this one's about to snap. Looks like I need to get a third one on right here, because that's kind of trying to curl. I wonder if the bees are chewing that, because I can see, I don't know. They will chew them up and they will eventually fall out, but I've never seen it happen that fast. Okay. Yeah, I think I got that backwards. Now this one here's leaning and about to fall out too. Stuck to the frame next door to it. I don't see the queen. I bet you she's on this other frame that I put in there that's older comb. It doesn't need to, well, yeah, it does. I'll put another one right there. just to give it some backup in case these start snapping again. And I'm putting them straight up and down so there's less tension on them. Maybe they'll be less apt to break. My glove got caught in it. There we go. So she's laid, there's eggs and larvae right here. So I just realized we're getting robbing started right here. So we need to get out of here. Hopefully we'll find her on this frame and we'll be done. I'd like to get one more rubber band on that last comb I just looked at. I don't see her there. Here she is right here. So she's on this outside frame. Because she's out of places to lay. Make sure I get her back in there safely. Boy, this box needs to go. It's all swollen up and from the rain, and it's made out of particle board stuff. OSB, oriented strand board, that's what it is. I made some of these because when they built my house, there's a bunch of these laying around, and I knew it wouldn't last, but I thought, well, I'll make some nukes out of that and see how that does. Well, it didn't do very good. All right, I want to put a rubber band on this food frame down here. I'll get one more on this just in case. I'm gonna flip this empty side around up against that other frame where that queen is, and there's some good cells up here. Maybe that'll be a place for her to lay there. And just scoot these on over. In fact, once those emerge out, I could probably just pull those out of there and give them some other frames to start on. Man, that frame will not fit there. Okay, I'd switch this box out now, but we got this robbing thing going on. I'm gonna shut that down. Yeah, I've got their entrance reduced down quite a bit. I'll fill this up later. I don't want to do it right now with this robbing going on. Okay, so we were 3 for 3 on our queens. 2 we know are released. We didn't go look for them, and that's okay. The one that I was really worried about, the sticky queen in the Apame hive, I was really concerned about her, but she looks fine. Looked just fine, so nothing wrong with her at all. Her wings were all cleaned up and weren't sticky at all. So this hive here, I'm going to have to keep an eye on it, on those rubber bands. And I think what I'll do with this hive is transfer it to, I have one of my Apames is emptied out, so I have it I could use. So I'll put this into the Apame and probably overwinter in that and just get them built up in that and go from there. Here's my Jerome Bee Farm patented new robber screen. Now some of these bees belong to this hive, but not all of them. See, there's bees flying all around here looking for whatever. Where that frame was sitting out, they're even over there. You look up and down here, and there's quite a few right there too, flying around looking for that honey. But if you look down this way, not a lot of flying going on. It's definitely triggered a robbing frenzy right here. I'll come out here at dusk and pull that grass out. They're even up here trying to get in. So that's the end of the video. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.